For Barker.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Agriculture and Water Resources. Will the Minister outline to the House the impact of unreliable and unaffordable energy to the agricultural sector, particularly for hard-working people in my electorate of Barker, and what are the implications if these destructive policies are replicated across the nation?
The Deputy Prime Minister has the call. Deputy Prime Minister has the call.
Well, Mr Speaker, I thank the honourable member for his question and note that dairy cattle farming in the seat of Barker accounts for 80% of South Australia's dairy production and is home to 240 of the 302 dairy farms. South Australia's Labor's 50% renewable energy target has also contributed to, has helped contribute to the 100% increase in daily shed electricity costs between 2010 to 2013. 100% increase. South Australian dairy farmers, under the Labor Party policy, are paying $15,000 more than the national average, which is at around about $35,000. Now, farmers contend with power outages, which puts the health of dairy cows and the financial viability of the farms on the line. In 2016, Australian dairy farmers estimated that 10,000 dairy cows, about 10% of the state herd, had been impacted by power cuts at that time, and were impacted by when the whole of the state went out black. We're finding dairy sheds now that have to go onto diesel generators. They're going off the grid because the policy of the Labor Party is so incomprehensible in actually being able to deliver an outcome in milking cows. What we have, of course, and obviously everybody's quite perplexed about the fact that now the federal Labor Party want the whole of Australia to look like South Australia when it comes to power policy. And of course we've all been watching with quite some interest, but waiting for the Leader of the Opposition, the member for Maribyrnong, to come to the dispatch box and explain their policy. But it was good to listen to AM this morning because Sabra Lane had a crack at it, and I must admit, I am getting more illumination from the member for Maribyrnong electric sapphire blue suit than I'm getting from his answer. But I don't know. Maybe it's periwinkle blue. But he's a snappy dresser, but he's not very good at answering questions. And we've got nothing. How much is this policy going to cost? How much is this policy going to cost? But the man in the electric blue sapphire suit didn't have an answer. Did not have an answer. So what it's going to be, of course, is going to be an issue for the member for Chifley, because I've got no doubt that people in Mount Druitt want to know what's going to happen to power prices. What is going to happen to power prices in Mount Druitt when policy is driven by the man in the electric blue sapphire suit? What's going to happen to power prices in Mount Druitt? What are you actually going to say to your branch meeting when you say, well, our policy on power is now delivered by the man in the new blue suit? But I think the big issue, of course, is your policy has been determined by the Greens. Your policy has been determined by the Greens. You have to go back to Mount Druitt and explain it to them. You have to explain to them why your policy is to make people poorer. I think Graham Richardson got it right when he said you're all lined up like lemmings. But I don't think they're all lined up behind you for very much longer, old trout.